So I guess it starts with the peaks that are more accessible and are shorter trips and are less technical. So by their very nature, they're trips that are going to be welcoming people into the world of mountaineering. So Mirror Peak in Nepal, nearly 6,500 metres, is very popular. It's a trekking peak. Something a little bit more technical is Island Peak, so just over 6,000 metres, but steeper. But again, it's categorised as a trekking peak. And then going a little bit higher, Aconcagua in Argentina. So best part of 7,000 metres. Non-technical, but still a really serious mountain. And if you blow your equipment on that, you're really going to suffer.
What sort of temperatures are people expecting?
Yeah, it's a good question.
You don't really...
There's a real range, and that I think sometimes when people are on their first big mountaineering trip, they don't really think about the massive range that we have. So we'll start off quite low, obviously, to aid acclimatisation, and as you're climbing, it will get colder and colder and colder. So you might start off a trip and it could be 20 degrees, and it's a really sunny, windless, a really nice spring summer day in the UK. But by the time you're getting up to 6,500 metres, particularly if the weather isn't great, it could be minus 20 easily, air temperature. Add a tiny bit of wind onto that, and wind chill on open skin, is going to feel pretty chilly. And then if you think you've only maybe, when you're climbing and you're moving, you're okay, but you've only got to stop for maybe 20, 30 minutes and you're going to get cold really, really quickly. An average summit day is probably around 12 hours.
Wow.
They're quite big days. You're setting off really, really early. So you're doing probably a quarter or a third of the day in the dark. And of course, sometimes when you set off on those peaks, you might be setting off at 1, 2 a.m. So the coldest bit of the night is still to come. The coldest bit is going to be 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
So people will start off from a tent and a high camp and think, actually, this isn't too bad. I'm going to leave my big jacket or whatever, your big gloves or something like that behind. And 2 or 3 hours later, it's Baltic.